Hey, family. This is Steve Copeland. You know I want to sing it, right? Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. All right, I'm gonna try not to be too long, but but I'm looking at something that's coming across my my phone right now. Um, I have upgraded my program with Tubi. Wait a minute, strengthen the community. Wait a minute, I'm reading something because I upgraded my package with Restream, and I'm trying to bring on my stream TV as well, so that way when I come on, I'll stream from one station to all these other channels. I just picked up Daily Motion, so I'm reading more into their live streams. I know they have a gaming live stream. Um, then Breakers TV. I just got them in. So these are the platforms that I'm actually live streaming to from Restream. So I'm trying to look and see, let it record a little bit so that way I can go onto these pages to see if my live streams is connecting in. Now, the goal is I just want to welcome Daily Motion, and I just want to welcome uh, Breakers, Breakers TV, right? This is my way, y'all, of getting the business out, further out, you know, with housing the homeless and less fortunate people, with helping to turn their lives around. Because once you come into my program, and that's strengthening the community, strengthen the community LLC is part of Latanya D. Copeland House of Hope program. And what I do here, I help homeless and less fortunate people that fell on hard times, turn their lives around and plant their feet back on solid ground, if you understand what I'm saying, right? So that once they leave my housing program, or not just my housing program, but other businesses and organizations that I deal with, to help them regain a life, you know, that's the goal. And the goal is to get the message out for sponsors, business partners, and investors, because the goal down the line is to start rehabbing houses in the inner city of Baltimore. In the inner city of Baltimore. I know that we are doing, what is it called? Gentrification, right? But in that process, too, of the gentrification, they can't replace all the poor people. Let's keep it simple. They can't replace all of our less fortunate people that's living in the inner city, the ghetto, and stuff like that, right? And the reason why I'm saying that, because every time I think about gentrification, I look at genocide. I look at genocide because in order for them, they can't replace everybody now into housing and stuff like that. So in order for them to kind of like turn Baltimore City around, they have to start. Well, we have to start losing lives, and it's sad, but it's true. It's sad, but it's true. So y'all know me with the couch conversation. I talk about the truth and nothing but the truth. And I noticed over the years since I've been doing the couch conversation, I might talk about our local leaders, what they're doing and what they're not doing. But lately, I learned that um, actually, best way I can explain it, because y'all know I always tell a story, right? Um, they wanted me to run. Now, mind you, I voted Democrat for 40 years. I don't really vote no more. And I don't care what none of y'all say about, well, see, your vote don't count, this and that. Don't even try that with me. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute, right? One thing I learned in the process of doing this, democratically, I was asked to run for council seat. The reason why I didn't do it, because I didn't want to turn my back on our people the way a lot of other people do. I know their hearts and minds is in the right place, but it's something about when you get around another group, either you're gonna be part of or you're gonna be an outcast. And for me, I don't play when it comes to that. I don't play. Mainly when it comes to our people. So that's why I never ran for a council seat. But anyway, I met the Republicans. And the group of people now, I don't want to focus on their political party. Please don't get it wrong, because I try to focus more on the person, the personality, the character. That's what I focus on, not your religious. Well, that's somewhat go there too, right? Not your political party. I focus on the human being that so happen to be, say, a Democrat or Republican, and what your beliefs might be along that way. So I will ask you, if you create any bills that will hurt our low to moderate income people, I'm going to ask you, why did you create that bill? And I mean, you could have a real good valid reason, and it's nothing wrong with that. Because once I understand, it's like, okay, I love you, right? But I'm coming for you. When I say that, that means we don't want to get your bill, in the books. You know what I mean? If it's really more harmful towards our poor people. That's all I'm about, y'all. So right now, I'm like in the middle once again. I voted Democrat. I ran Republican. Well, I signed up to become a Republican. And it's not to knock none of y'all, but when I found out y'all was numbered full of bull crap, that's what made me back up for real. And then I want to say thank you, Ray Bly, because Ray Bly was telling me, right, he said, I'll pay for your signs and stuff like that if you run for the House of Delegates, right? Said, if you run, I'll pay for your signs. Now, mind you, I wanted to run because I wanted people around the world or people outside of Baltimore City know the great work and the great things that I'm doing in Baltimore City to help turn our city around, right? And I'm looking at the finances and stuff like that that will come our way, but not realizing that you cannot take that money and intertwine it with business. So it takes me back to why so many of our politicians tends to get in trouble, because they try to do their business with their politics, right? And some, like Trump, kind of get away with certain things, but they're not trying to let them. But anyway, a lot of us think Trump is the best thing that ever happened in our lives. And guess what? That's not true. That's not true. Well, anyway, by me saying that though, I started realizing that strengthening the community is my business. A new Be More City, a new Be More City, rebuilding our community is another passion of mine, right? So these are the two things that God laid on my heart and my mind, to start rehabbing houses for inner city people and the multi-purpose center for inner city people. See, my kids grew up doing soccer, modern dance, tap dance, all this type of stuff. So that's the purpose of the multi-purpose center, is to start doing the necessary things for our children. And that's embracing their talents, like music, art, theater, dance, and stuff like that, right? So that's what God laid on my spirit. So I've been talking to people lately, because now it's time to start making it happen. You know what I mean? He's been preparing me, and he's still preparing me for these type of moves that he want me to make for Baltimore City, mainly our youth. I did foster care for a while. I did kinship foster care. Let me make that clear. I did kinship foster care, and I went to get into private foster care, right? Because the whole goal is, I grew up without a father. So I know that pain of not having your parents or that parent in your life. My mother passed away when I was 26. So I'm like, what, abandoned now somewhat, right? But no, I don't have my mother and my father in my life. So I can understand the pain of a lot of our children that's still running around hurt. And not just the children, the adults too, that's hurt, but afraid to talk about some of these things, right? I'm not afraid. That's why the couch conversation, I talk about the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. So we might talk about molestation. We might talk about the rape issues, the abandonment issues, the abuse, and not just talk about it, but share the solution on how we've learned how to cope with those things in the here and now, so you won't keep dragging your past into your present. So not to get too far, but like I said, I wanted to come on and I want to check my pages because I know my platforms. I'm sorry. LinkedIn, I should be on that. Y'all should see me on LinkedIn. Y'all should see me on Twitter. Y'all should see me on Twitch. Y'all should see me on YouTube and my Facebook page. So I don't really have to. I know I'm streaming to those 5 platforms, but now I added Breakers TV. So I want to see if it's recording there as well. Am I going live there as well? And then I did Daily Motion. So when I do come on, y'all, and I was just thinking, so don't take it out of context. I might just start on Wednesdays doing the 12-step program. I'm gonna talk to some people and see how they feel about that. So on Wednesdays at 5:30, we will start incorporating, or I might do it on another day. And I will start incorporating the 12-step program because we got a lot of people, I'm sorry, y'all, that can't make it out to like NA meetings in persons like they used to, or AA meetings. Because mind you, now I'm a recovering alcoholic as well. So I do want to share these things, and I do want the support and the love of the people. Because if you have anybody that that's struggling with drugs and alcohol or food or anything in that way, and they need to tune in to the shows, have them tune in. Because when I look at that word addiction, now I'm going into the 12-step program like NA and AA, stuff like that. When I look at that word, addiction, I don't have a problem with telling people that I am an addict. You might look at it and say, oh, he did dope, he did cane, or he did blah, 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 blah. Yeah. But guess what? I'm talking about the addictive personality. That's what I'm talking about. I'm the type of person that can't do one of anything sometimes. So I have to practice some self-control and discipline and stuff like that. Like I went to the store the other day, got me two liter Diet Pepsis, right? And I got 4 zebra cakes. So my mind said, eat one now, save one for later. Well, they was all gone yesterday. So I'm just saying that because sometimes I just cannot do one of anything. And I have accepted the fact that I have an addicted personality. It could be food, it could be sex, it could be, well, I'm better with lying. Don't get that one wrong. Don't get that one wrong. I had to throw that in, right? Because those are some of the behaviors that we tend to practice. And I listen to people talk about, let me get them people. God dang it. Narcissists. Narcissists. And reading up about narcissists, that's your dope fiend mentality, where you lie, you manipulate, you cheat, you make people feel like they're less than, which is not true, but they're less than. So when I started reading up on this, and I was invited to a group about narcissists too, and joining that group, I realized, to me, just hearing some of the stuff that people was talking about, that they're nothing but like an addict, a dope fiend, right? The dope fiend mentality. I'm talking about the behavior, right? So and I had to realize that because I was a liar, manipulator, no good son of a sea biscuit. But what I had to learn to do was be honest. I didn't know that I could be honest. People was telling me stuff like, "To thy own self be true." I'm like, what? You can be honest? Because I come from that mob, right, where we lied, manipulated, and did what we did. I hustled. Do that make a little bit more sense? I hustle. So you know the game went with it. I was listening to my buddy thank you Messiah Fit. He did a live with he's a chaplain, right, in Baltimore. So he did a live with the president of the chaplain I'm gonna say ministry. Well, anyway, he was talking about how he, you know, when he's out in the community, he tries to teach our children to respect your adults, because that's something my mother always taught me: respect your elders, right? And never sell drugs to a female or pregnant female. And I'm like, oh my God. Because the reason why I'm saying that, because that's how it was when we was coming up. I mean, we sold drugs to women, don't get it wrong. But if you was pregnant, we wouldn't, I mean, come on. No, those were the times when women got pregnant, they didn't get high. During that time, if they was getting high, at least they tried not to get high because of the baby. So when I heard him say that the other day, I was like, oh my God. And it just threw me back. January the 26th. Look at it, y'all. This December. January the 26th. One day at a time. I live to see January the 26th. I will have 30 years clean. I never, ever thought I would stop using. So that's probably going to be one of my main topics that I'm going to talk about on the Couch Conversation show. Or I'm going to pick another day throughout the week that I can do this, where might be a Sunday. I don't know. But all depends. But I'm going to need some help because I can't do everything by myself. So I'm going to need some help from some loving, caring people to help me do what I got to do, you know. But I'm just saying this, y'all, because it's about reaching our people. It's about sharing that message of hope to our people. And when I say our people, I'm not just talking about black people. So when I say our people, I'm talking about the human race in general, but the ones that, if you're doing all the right things in life, you know, like working, being responsible, being productive, you know, and you don't need the system as much as somebody who's less fortunate than you, then I'm not talking about y'all. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the ones that feel like they can't move forward in life, you know, like ex-offenders or our homeless and less fortunate people where they've been lied to and manipulated so much. That's not where my heart is at. That's not where my mind is at. That's not where my soul is at. And I feel like if I start lying and playing God's people, God gonna punish me with that shame and that guilt. I don't like to feel shame, guilt, embarrassment. That's how I know when I'm not doing or I'm going against what God called me to do, is when I begin to feel these uncomfortable feelings inside. So that's how I recognize certain things. I can't speak for other people, but that's how I know that I'm walking in the way God want me to walk. So to get back to all of that, welcome again, my Breakers TV, right? I was reading up on it a little bit, and it talks a lot about gaming. And because I'm with Restream, I have 30 other platforms that I can like speak out to just from this one platform right here. And I'm getting ready to do Stream TV. That's live TV, where we'll be doing commercials, advertising. So if you want your business spoke about, you know, I'll make up little contracts where it ain't gonna be too bad, you know, but to promote your business and to sponsor what we're doing or what I'm trying to do. Now let me tell y'all this. I don't know what in the world I'm doing. I don't know. But little by little by little, I'm learning the technology on my own, actually. You know, I'm praying and I'm asking God, you know, show me what to do here, show me what to do there. And little by little, but it's getting to the point I might have to get somebody in that actually know what to do, where they can, but still, I would like to know, just in case, you know, whoever I get to come in and work with me on the technical side, and the media side, I want to know how to do certain things myself, just in case it get to that point that I don't have nobody to continue doing this for me. So I'm monitoring a lot of pages, y'all. I have a lot of social media pages, and it's just trying to get the message out. That's all. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from Strengthening the Community. Steve Copeland for Stephen Copeland Jr. Multi-Purpose Center, Sports and Talents. Y'all can send me a friend request for Stephen Copeland Jr. Sports and Talents. That's going to be based around the Multi-Purpose Center. Is based around our children. Y'all know I just started the Be More Real, Be More Real Team Talk Show. So I have to get better with setting things up where each week we will have somebody that I'm working with come out, so that on Saturdays at 5 o'clock, that show can come on. That show can be done. Now, I'm only doing this because God laid it on my spirit, and this is for us to broadcast out to help make Baltimore City a better place. Not only that, because we have a lot of young kids, y'all, that's out there and they running around rapping, doing some out of the wall stuff. We got the squeegee kids. Now it's getting to the point where they are being the most hated bunch of young kids you ever want to meet. They got people scared to come into the inner city at these major lights and stuff, thinking that somebody gonna tear their stuff off or bust their windows, something like that, right? And I've been taking up for them because I know they're young and they trying to hustle, but it's like, God dang, y'all making this fight hard for me. Y'all making it real hard. I got y'all back, but come on, y'all snatching people window wipers off, busting people windows, and y'all making this fight hard. And it's not. I'm gonna say the multitude. It's not the multitude. It's a few that's doing what they do to make things look worse than what it is. But other organizations is coming up with things where we can kind of get them out of that place. Have something for them to do. Because y'all know the old saying, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So y'all understand that, right? So that's the goal with some of us, is to help our youth as well. I have no problem with men, women, children, none of that. I help families too. I got a mother and a daughter that's in one of my houses right now. I just talked with a lady today that's going to work with me, and she has the full and complete wraparound service. Like I'm trying to provide, but I have to refer people out. I'm gonna refer people to them too. But oh, okay. Now I'm just reading something, y'all. Um, I want to well, this place, the lady that I'm talking to, they have the full wraparound service, and I'm glad. Housing, medical, all that. So I'm glad with that. So now, I can help more homeless people find somewhere to go, or people that's about to be evicted to find them somewhere to go. I don't want people to judge them too much according to their like credit score or their criminal background, because when they do checks like that, sometimes it disqualify people for at least trying to turn their lives around and do better. Wait a minute, the guy Brent down the street called me. He's texting me. He runs a recovery program. And he had a lady that husband died and she became homeless, so he just brought her in. He done sent me like 3 clients so far. But anyway, he was just telling me thanks because they went around to the church and got some food and clothes, stuff from around the church. And that's what I do, y'all. That's what I do. I got a truck full of clothes that I'm gonna just go ahead and donate them to Savers. That's a thrift store. I rather gave them away, but I had them on there too long, so and I'm not able to do everything by myself, like the giveaways and stuff like I used to. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just take them and and give them to Sabres, even though they're gonna put a price on them. But I'd rather get it off because I know I'm going to end up getting more coming back sooner or later. But I need to make that space. So I'm looking at the time frame, and it's almost a half an hour, which is good. Because if I can, I want to make sure this is going out to my platforms. Um, when I get my stream, my TV stream up and running, I will be broadcasting to 25 platforms. That's the package I had for that, but it's live TV, you know. So I can't wait to get more into it. But I'm looking for like volunteers. Um, I'm looking for a whole team. Now, you come in volunteer as time go on, and I see where I can fit you in on the payroll or end up getting I'm gonna say grant money where we can get you um, a salary. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. But I at least need to see if you come out that you're volunteering first, and I see your hearts and minds is really right there for the work that we're doing. Then as time go on, you volunteer. Um, then when I see that I can actually pay y'all for volunteering, that's what I'm gonna do. Real simple. Y'all will move from being volunteers to employees. So that's where I'm at with that. Okay. Now, I just been relaxing lately. Um, if I don't have a lot to do, like towards the houses and stuff like that, then I'll just sit back. I'll just lay back and relax. And I have to learn to be comfortable. I try not to overwhelm myself with stuff that I can't handle. Let me put it like that. I try to live more of a stress-free. Whatever your issues are, they're your issues. They're not mine. You keep them over there where you at. Don't bring them over here to me. I'll try not to bring mines to you. You know. So that's where I'm at with that. And once again, because I got 3 more minutes, because like a half an hour, I'm gonna go off and then check my platforms out to see is I'm actually live streaming to these platforms. Now, it's so much, y'all. It's so much that God has laid on me, and I know I can handle it. That's not a problem. It's just for me. Sometimes, I want what I want when I want it now for the people. Not realizing that, it's being patient. It's all about being patient. Let me see. Um, hey, baby, what's up, Dorothy? I just happened to see the little red light. Um, hey, baby girl. Yeah, so that's where I'm at, y'all. That's where I'm at. I stay up here for the night, sleep most of the day. I said I gotta stop this because it's work that needs to be done in daylight. Like right now, it's getting dark. It's dark out there. So to me, it seems like it's really late, real late. I was up like 4 or 5 in the morning. I ain't know if I would look. I ain't even know if it was 4 or 5 in the evening. This was a.m. You lady. So I'm like, you know what? And next thing I know, when the daylight show up, that's when I'll end up, cutting everything off, relaxing, and falling asleep. Then I look back up, it's like 4 in the evening. And then, once again, it's dark around about 6. So I'm like, I can't keep doing this. I gotta, find something to do, but I ain't trying to wear myself out. I'm telling you. That's why I'm looking for some great people who don't have a problem with like serving our people. So I love y'all, and I'm just checking out my restream because I'm my broadcasting to these other two stations that I added on, and I got space for more. So I'm trying to hold because that might be my restream will, my stream TV will. I gotta find what to do. check this stuff out. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that, Dorothy. But look, there go my 30 minutes, y'all. So I'm gonna get ready to get off of here. Sorry to hear your cousin passed away. My condolences to the family, Miss Lady, and you. So I'm out, family. I just want to check this out and love y'all.